Hi, I'm morakdais, and welcome to more Kingdom Come Deliverance. Ah, man. What a week. Ooh. Come on. YouTube, don't be lame. Let's just do this. I need to turn this up. I had it on Borderlands level. Now I have to navigate my around YouTube Studio, which is terrible. And I just have to remember what I was doing. So we did the quest. Come on. Could you load already? Yeah, so we still have all the glisters that needs to be done. Okay. The Robber Baron. Okay, this is like not helpful. Like, what are you doing, YouTube? Apparently I still have to talk to him. Well, Densians will be a mess. I should probably go handle that because that can lead to bad consequences later. I just go to live control room. YouTube is just being absolute terrible. I don't know what it is. Today things were skipping around. And also I do have to... Alright, sorry. I'm still trying to go through this. They're trying... I don't understand why why companies, especially internet and social media, try to fix things that aren't broken. They live in a world where it's like, it's fine to not fix things. Where it's like, yeah, we're not gonna fix that. But this thing that works perfectly fine, we're gonna break the shit out of that. Alright. So Lord Capon should be like right here.
So did I. There was a raid on one of the farms nearby. These are evil times.
Sir, I won the tourney.
I know! You beat them all black and blue! You're a true warrior, Henry. Really. Even I was amazed at your performance. And thank you, you saved me from Uncle's legendary wrath. Here, I have something for you. I had it made just for you. It's no more than a hero like you deserves.
Aw, calling me hero.
Thanks.
Golden spurs? Well, whatever, I'll sell them. Alright, don't jump me into the next mission. I don't mind that you're saving, because I need a save right from the start. That is the good stuff. Alright. Let's do this. Also, that is not the run button, that is the sneak button. And let's not press the sneak button. We should be pressing the run button. We want to walk up this way. Just wait a little bit. Might get in trouble. But if an event happens... If not, we'll put on our torch and go. Shit. That's today, right? Yeah. Alright, so I guess we have to do that one right away. Because it's Bernard's. So we should help Bernard. That's a good plan. Also, while that's loading, let's see if YouTube has righted itself. There we go, finally. Alright.
Sir Hannish sent me, Captain. I'm to join your mission. And Sir Hans, too.
Then mount up, youngster, and we'll move out. Lord Capon, when we get there, I'd like you to hold back.
You can forget about that, Bernard. I'm not going on an outing. Hannah sent me to handle this matter.
Whoa.
And handle it I will.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're missing
I know
dialogue.
what you meant, Captain. Forget it.
Yeah.
Very well, Your Grace.
Listen, Bernard. About this robber. I heard some rumors.
About his being a relative of mine, Melodus?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
We have the same great-grandfather, Urban, Baron of Oleshna. Wolfen belongs to a distant branch of my family, which, well, let's just say they bring no honor to our name.
But I heard Wolfen of
Yeah.
Hamburg was hanged somewhere in Silesia after plundering the bishop's estates.
I heard the same, only, well, I'm sure you've heard what they say about the Camberg branch of my family.
That they're cursed. Now, Bernard, don't you think I'm a little old for a fairy tale?
Think what you like. I heard it from my grandfather, and he never paid attention to old wives' tales.
I meant no offence, Captain. Well, tell me all about it then. After all, there's no smoke without fire, and I never heard about the Hamburg plan from a member of the family.
Very well. At home, we always spoke in whispers about our Camberg relatives. When Wolfen's father, Wilhelm, came to visit, I'm almost ashamed to say it.
You can rely on my discretion, Captain. Carry on.
Well, the servants were so afraid of him that they went and hid in the barn. Father had them whipped. Even then, they wouldn't go near Wilhelm. They were afraid he cursed them. I couldn't blame them.
Why is that?
Uncle Wilhelm's face was so badly disfigured, folk would cross themselves when they saw him. I was afraid of him myself as a boy.
Was he wounded in war?
No, he was born that way. See, his mother, Countess Barbara of Hogwitz, didn't want to marry Wilhelm's father, my grandfather's brother. She never wanted to bear his children. So, she fell pregnant. They say she went to a witch to get rid of the child. Only she ended up having quintuplets. Can you imagine it? 5 babes born in one night?
Jesus Christ!
not all. 4 of them didn't live till dawn. Only the 5th survived. He was this figure, Wilhelm. They say the witch cheated her, and instead of getting rid of the child, she put the devil's seed inside her.
Good Lord, how dreadful.
Well, Wilhelm carried that with him his whole life. When his own wife was in childbed, he had 7 friars kneeling in her chamber day and night. It didn't stop the rumors, though. When his son, Wolfen, was born, he looked normal enough, but he turned out to be as wild as a stray tomcat.
It seems he hasn't grown out of it.
You're right about that. Yeah. A few years ago, Wolfen went off to Poland, and Wilhelm got worse and worse. He cursed everything and everyone in his path, started throwing crockery at the servants. He was on his deathbed. He sent for a priest, not just to give him the last rites,
God's sake!
because they were afraid the devil would come out. Whoa!
Sweet
Slow down.
Jesus. It sounds a lot more convincing coming from you than the story.
Why doesn't Sarah help me? I sent them to scout ahead.
With the monster
Those
like that?
bastards will pay for this.
They most certainly will. Let's go. We have to make camp. Hamlin, we'll take 2 men and come back here later. I won't have Vitus and Cyril left as crow meat.
Yes, Captain.
Wait, who's dead? What's going on? It's like really dark, guys.
Yeah.
Like, who died? I don't see anybody dead. Kind of wish they just made your horse keep pace with them, so you could kind of just hear it, because this is kind of bugging out all over the place. Just make them all into an individual unit with you in it. Alright, anyway. Okay, yep. Yep.
Yeah.
God, it's so dark.
Yeah.
I kind of hate this. Let's just get this out.
Yeah.
I think they took a break from the camp too early. I think that dialogue came prematurely. Look at your different colored leggings. How silly. What a great camp.
God be with you.
Don't say it like that.
Tell me, Captain, how come this Wolfen is attacking his own kin?
They say blood's thicker than water, but sometimes I wonder. Look at our king in Sigismund.
So what's the cause of your conflict with Wolfen?
Nothing in particular. Just that he's a ruffian, a treacherous bastard, and a bandit. No wonder the whole Camberg clan is cursed.
Okay, let's stop here. I have a bee in my bonnet, a bother, with every time, now that I know the origin of it, it bothers me, and I probably mentioned this before, but when people say blood is thicker than water, has nothing to do with your family. The whole phrase means the direct opposite. It's from a quote, I'm pretty sure it's from the Bible or something, some related thing to it, but it's, the blood of the covenant is thicker than, like, the water. How they say blood is thicker than water. It's the blood of the covenant and the water of birth. It's saying that the blood of, faith of your church community, the covenant you made with God, is greater than you being born and the family you were born in. Like, it means the direct opposite. It basically says your family is garbage compared to your church. Like, it's stupid. But people always get it backwards, and I don't know why people get it backwards. I assume that originally people intended it to say the churchly way, and then it kind of got changed around.
How do you mean curse?
Like I said, Wolfen's grandfather married Countess Barbara of Hogwitz. She didn't want to bear his child and went to a witch to get rid of it. Only instead of getting rid of the unborn child, she ended up having 5.
What, all at the same time?
Well, it's the same thing.
All in one night. But only one of them lived till morning. The youngest, Wilhelm. His face was disfigured. They say the witch deceived the Countess, and it was Satan himself who impregnated her.
How are you related?
How's it going, Jerry?
Lodom, Wolfen and I have the same great-grandfather, Urban, Baron of Oleshna.
What do we do now?
First, we have to find out where those Horsons are holed up. According to the reports, they raided a few farms around here. So someone should go to those places and find out what they can. You should do it, Henry. My men would probably just startle them.
You're not wrong there.
All right, Captain. I'll do that. Where are the farms?
One is uphill from Neuhoff, right by the woods. One here above the woods by the crossroads, directly north from our camp.
I have lemon sensation. It's like lemon cake, and it is tasty. It's from Vape Wild, and it is some good shit. It's like lemon, but it doesn't taste like that fake lemon, like floor cleaner taste. It actually tastes just like a lemon bar you'd get, but with less lemon. Alright. So which one is that? Oh, that's talking to the vicar. So we have the one all the way down here, which is the lady I have to steal from, so I assume it's going to be this one. So let's just ride up the road. But it's great too because lemon sensation, and then they have key lime pie. So I had like lemon or lime earlier, and now I'm having lemon. Which honestly, key lime pie is the best pie. I mean, pumpkin pie is up there, but pumpkin pie is seasonal. You can't have that shit in like spring or summer. Yeah, I have a dragon fruit one, but I'm waiting for it to kind of brew out a little bit. Probably at this point, I'm probably gonna like vape whatever I have and then just try to generally cut back, but I don't know. Everyone's very much like, you need to quit, like, well, not everyone, I know, but people in general are like, you need to quit smoking, blah, 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 but then it's like, I don't know. I enjoy smoking.
Shit. Stop.
He's still asleep? But yeah, I also got another dragon fruit one. Oh, which, by the way, that reminds me too. Someone I know was on Twitter was talking about eating dragon fruit and was like, "Oh yeah, I love dragon fruit." I'm always speculative about cinnamon, but I could see how it would be good. But I don't know. I guess I'm weirded out by cinnamon in my lungs. Even like cinnamon flavorant, because like all cinnamon flavorant is like harsh. But yeah, they were talking about dragon fruit, and there's white dragon fruit, and then there's pink dragon fruit. And he had never heard of pink dragon fruit, which apparently is the better, sweeter one. I've had pink dragon fruit flavored things, but I've never actually had like the actual pink dragon fruit. Wait, is this even the right farm? Also, press the right button. Yeah. See, my problem is I really like the oomph, and a lot of like fruit flavors and even a lot of vaping doesn't like give me the oomph. Recently, I've kind of switched to Nic Salt stuff, and I really like the oomph from Nic Salt stuff plus the nicotine level. But like, damn, it kind of, I don't know, it's rough getting something just right. Like my problem is I'm finding myself doing it too much. Come on, dude, I'm trying to make enough noise to wake you up. Oh, she'll talk to me.
God grant you health. How may I help you?
Captain Bernard sent me. It's about that attack.
Well, they came, took everything they could, and rode off again. I don't know what else I can tell you.
We're trying to catch up with that gang, so I need to hear every detail you can tell me.
What do you want to know?
How many of them were there?
2 or 3. I'm not sure. My head's still in a spin.
Which way did they go?
I don't know. I wasn't watching. My husband made me hide indoors, and I only saw them through the window.
So your husband was outside?
Yes, he tried to parley with them.
What did they take?
Not much. We haven't a pot to piss in, which I told them in no uncertain terms as soon as they came here.
So you're telling me they came here, you told them there was nothing worth taking, and they just rode off again, without further ado?
More or less.
But just a while ago, you told me you were indoors the whole time.
Yes. I was. Mostly.
So were you inside or outside? Did you talk to them or not?
Well, like I say, it was confusing. I don't remember much.
I mean, she has a higher speech check, so I worry there. So let's hit him with a.
Let's get one or two things straight. I'm here under orders from Captain Bernard, and that robber baron who came here crippled his cousin and killed 2 of his men.
What's that got to do with me?
Just so you know, the captain is very keen to see justice done, and it would not be wise to obstruct him.
My God, what have I done to deserve this?
So, what really happened here?
First, promise me you'll get rid of them.
That's exactly what I'm here for.
They came a few days ago, took a pig and a sack of apples. We put up no resistance. I noticed one of them had an injured leg, so I offered to treat it for him.
That was very Christian of you, considering they came to rob you.
All I cared about was that they wouldn't kill us.
Go on. What happened then?
They rode off, and I prayed we'd seen the last of them. Only the same evening, they came back again. One of them had been wounded, and they wanted me to take a look at him. They gave me some coin and took me to their camp. And in the morning I came home again.
So you know where they're camped? I'd like you to lead me there.
I won't go to their camp, no. But I know of a place where you'll have a good view of it.
That'll do me.
Take care.
Trying to figure out where my phone went. I just had my phone here. I guess we're just going straight to the camp. Bernard, let's go. Really rather not attack their camp at night. But if it is, it's what it is. Seriously, where did my phone go? Probably like sitting on it.
I'm not going any further. If they saw me, I'd be done for. The camp's not far away in this direction.
Thanks. And don't worry. I'll deal with those bastards.
I pray you do.
Oh, well, I guess it's this camp. Also, as a side note, you should never camp right next to water. It's really bad to do that.
Looks like I found it. I better get back and report to Captain Bernard.
God, how far is the road? Well, that's why I wanted to grab my phone, because I don't know if YouTube cut off the other half of the message, which seems to be the new thing. There we go. Where, like, one half goes in, but the other half doesn't. So I have to do this. YouTube is, like, being such a pain with this. I don't know why. Are you on desktop? You are. Good. It's annoying because they want, like, the live chat app. Nope. Switch to the right stream. I don't know why it has the other one on there. Come on. There we go. Okay, yeah. Your other message was there. Yeah, we'll go this way. Yeah, I mean, depending on what juice you have, you can get really high levels. But I think mine right now is like 22? Something like that. Okay. So we just follow this road out and it should be good. Yeah. Right now I have like this one that's like called Freckled Lemonade, and it's good, but it's kind of astringent. So I mixed it with a kiwi, and it kind of, or the key lime, and it kind of calmed down. They have like a kiwi marshmallow one that I was just thinking of when I said that. That's just like, it's like pure sugar. Like, I can't like taste anything sweet for like a day after I took a few puffs of it. It was like, oof. Alright, so the camp should be like right here. Yeah, should be right up here. Or have I not gone far enough? And I'm just being a dork. I'm literally going around their camp. Yeah, that's why I like the key lime one, because it's like sweet, but it's like also got kind of that like cake bread flavor that kind of absorbs the sweetness. It's a little bit more like, I don't know, savory-ish flavor. Get your stupid, learn how to park your horse. There's some herb Paris there, but I don't want that. Oh, there he is.
I'm glad to see you.
I found that encampment.
Ah, I'm glad to hear it. Is it far?
Not really.
How many men did you see?
Not more than 5.
Only 5? You must have lost a few men in the skirmish with Molota. Well, we'll finish the job. Wulflin of Camberg must hang from the ramparts and Rattay tonight.
I'm pretty sure we'll just beat him to death.
Sounds good to me, Captain.
Don't get too cocky. The skirmishes in the woods can get tricky. Who knows what the bastard has up his sleeve. Anyway, I'll round up the men and you can lead us to this camp of theirs.
I really like the
Of course. Ready when you are.
Vape Wilds, the goat. But I've now changed it to a blueberry Nick salt with I mix a little bit of a cake flavored Nick salt, so it's kind of like I'm mixing them myself, and it is really good. Technically the nicotine level could be a little bit high, but whatever, doesn't bother me. Okay, they've got a few more than 5.
Wulflin of Camberg, for your crimes against Sir Molota of Oleshna and Sir Hanush of Leipa.
2, 3, 4,
You
5,
have been
6,
declared
7,
a
8,
reprobate
9,
and an
10,
outlaw.
11.
Will you willingly lay down your arms and accept your just punishment at the hands of Sir Hanush? Or do you intend to offer resistance?
That's a difficult choice, cousin. What do you say, man?
Am I to take it you intend to resist?
I didn't want to, but these men here talked me into it.
We're wasting our time, Captain. This brute here hasn't the honor of a common footpad. These murdering swine slayed Vitus and Cyril. I think it's time they paid for it. What do you say, men?
Look at you putting on the balls, Hans.
At those bastards! Charge! Have at 'em. For 10.
Damn, I just wrecked you, son.
Tonight, we'll drink
We
water.
fought like He fought like a lion. Long live Captain Bernard!
Victory is ours, Captain.
Praise the Lord. My men are no easy pickings. You and Sir Hans helped us a lot.
What
I
now?
beat him to death.
We'll break camp and head back to the castle. You ought to go on ahead and report to Sir Hanush.
Yes, Captain.
Goodbye.
Oh, good. It's not stealing if I take from these guys. I don't really need the money, really. Oh, Ryder's curious. What sword did he have? A piercer? Oh. I'm taking that. And that. Thank you, sir. What did he have? I honestly don't think he would have surrendered regardless. Okay, it's just take now. Oh, so I've already looted him. You had a heavy shield, but you had a... Oh no, you had a piercer, that's right. I'm being dumb. Ah, men's Kodaharta. Damn, you didn't even have your shield, your sword out. Dude, you weren't even ready for this fight. Yeah, you still had a stalwart in. Dum Dum, you're supposed to unsheath your sword. He's probably an archer, and he just got, like, smote right away. Yeah, I've already looted you. So there's one up here that got beaten to death somewhere. There he is. Oh, it's one of the guards. So one guard died. Not a big deal. Silent shoes. Noise 0 shoes. Hell, I'm stealing those. I don't even care if it's a steal. So I'm taking a dried meat. Alright, do what you gotta do. I will be streaming for a bit. Alright. Nourishment's 86, so I'm fine. Ugh. Something about this song just reminds me of Vagrant Story. And I think it's the rolling, like, piano. Then no worries, then. Plenty of people lurk, and I'm okay with lurkers. Yeah, you should never have your camp near water because predators and people often go to water sources, so it's best to have your camp away from that. So I should go deal with the Waldensians while we're up here, because we're not too far away now. And the Waldensians is not long. And there really is, like, no... actually, we're pretty far. No, I see this. It's far enough that I care. But, yeah, we should just get that done, because I think that quest is very shortly lived. And then we can talk to Sir Hanush twice. No, I want the fast travel. It'll be just about morning by the time we get there. We have plenty of energy to handle the Waldensians. Well, funny that you say that. The only time I drink is on my birthday, which is coming up next week. I really only like mead. Wine in general I like. As far as hard alcohol, gin, mezcal. But beer, The only beer I really like is Golden Monkey, and I don't really drink beer all that often. Or a good oatmeal stout, a Guinness. Something like dark and heavy, but for the most part I like mead, wine. Those are like mead is my one weakness. But for the most part I'm temperate. Yeah, whiskeys aren't bad. A nice whiskey is good, but I think that's the one time to drink is birthdays. That's just like kind of a standard. Alright, so what time? Okay. Do I have any books I can read? Ooh, probably not. I highly doubt my hunting's gone up. I've not read this one. Or that one. Okay, so let's just do this. Move to horse. Move to horse. Move to horse. I've actually read Shadowplay 3. It's kind of amazing. I also need Grasses and Herbs 4. So we'll keep who needs a key 4 because of reasons. Read that. Yeah, for sure. I have enough alcoholics in my family. I don't need that. I always think once you see someone who's like a real alcoholic and you've dealt with people in that state, it turns you off from drinking a lot. Let's read the Alchemist Dream. What you talking about? Also, I gained a level in sword. Longsword. 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 See, I mean, they have all these combos, and I'm just not into that. Do the double seb. Left, right, middle, middle. Oh, yeah. Also, it pisses me off, too, because I've known a lot of people who, have died due to drunk driving and people being irresponsible with drunk driving. So it's like seeing people in that state, and every time I see, like, people on, like, especially when I watch, like, police videos and stuff, watching them drink, I'm just like, I'm only 13. It, like, irks me. I don't think my alcohol's... Yeah, my drinking's only 13, so yeah, those two books I can't read anyway. Oh. I guess it's your turn, Kyoto. Also... Hold on. I gotta do this real quick. Hold on. Sorry for the delay. Okay, one last try. I don't remember what my PSN login is, and I have to memorize like so many passwords. Yeah. Oh, there we go. Now it's working for you, Kyoto. That's weird because, let me see. So annoying that my PSN thing is like, oh yeah, connected. It is going well. Yeah, it's best not to. But yeah. I've seen so many people in those situations. It's like, come on, dude. Just like don't drink and drive. It's not that hard. Oh, I guess let's just wait. But it gets my blood boiling. If you're gonna drink, at least do it responsibly. Alright, now I can get rid of this stupid torch. My week is going well. Next Tuesday, I start a little more than a week-long vaping. Oh, there you go. I would laugh so hard if, like, just as a joke, like, not saying it's real or that it's even plausible, but I would laugh if they find out that for some reason, like, vape oil, like, prevents cancer and Alzheimer's. Like, that would be, like, the absolute most hilarious thing. Like, I would just, a little part of me would just die. Also, this book is important. Tavern Life 3. I just always think of, like, what if something like that would happen? I would just, like, absolutely laugh my ass off. Are you the vicar? You are. By the way, if you kill the vicar, you instantly get a game over. Even if you do it, like, silently. Or you get caught, I think, stealing from him? I'm not sure if the stealing from him, but I'm pretty sure I know if you kill any of the church members, like a priest, it's an instant game over. But I'm pretty sure the vicar and a bishop later, if you get caught by them, that's it. It just says, like, you attacked a member of the clergy, Lord Radzig cannot forgive you for this, or something. Something to the akin, because I got angry at the stupid bishop that appears later. Oh, actually, we weren't supposed to talk to Godwin. Fuck it. No, let's not sneak up on the vicar. You bitch! Lazy ass. Get up at the crack of dawn, you lazy bishop. Or, yeah, bishop. No, vicar. Derp. Oh, man. You lazy bitch.
What do you want here, lad?
God save, Monsignor. My name's Henry, and I've been sent by Sir Hanish of Lipa.
Sir Hanish, And why is he sending you?
I'm to assist you in your search.
Oh, I see. How considerate of him. Well, you've come at the right time. I need someone who'll go unnoticed among the locals. I'm sure Sir Hanish told you what I'm doing here.
He said you're looking for heretics?
Exactly. I'm seeking out the sores that inflict the body of the church. The rash of heretics. Waldensians. Dangerous heretics, one and all.
How did you conclude there are heretics here?
We caught one in Gutenberg. He confessed to everything, including meeting up with others in Ushitz a few times.
And that was all he told you?
By the end, all his strength had left him, so he couldn't even put together a list.
But that doesn't necessarily mean any of them are from Ushitz. Maybe they just meet here.
That is indeed possible, but I want certainty, not conjecture.
How can I help you then?
Excellent. Let's get right to the point, Henry. I know how to get to where the heretics congregate.
And what's stopping you from going there, sir?
That is to say, I know in theory. The crux of the matter is this. We caught a heretic in Gutenberg who told us of the heretics in Ushitz. Regrettably, by the time he got around to describing their meeting place, he was already raving and hardly coherent.
I see. So do you know where they meet up, or don't you?
Possibly. His account was confused, to say the least. I have a record somewhere here. Can you read, boy?
Naturally, Father. Otherwise Sir Hanush wouldn't have sent me.
I see. It's a good thing at least the servants of the nobility are getting a suitable education. Some of their own offspring can hardly write their own names. Here's the record of the interrogation. From what I can make out, his description of the route starts at the local tavern. Once you've found something out, come back and see me.
I'll do my best, Father. I'll get working on it, sir.
God be with you, my son.
Well, hopefully if you're feeling sick, hopefully at least the stream helps you feel a little bit better. I felt off today. I felt tired today. I don't know what it was. But it is officially fall. We went to Wawa and got a hot turkey bowl. Where's the document? Oh, it's probably quest items. Heretic's testimony. Record of the interrogation of the heretic, Peter of Hradec. This account written down by Master Borislav, scribe to the Archbishop, recording the testimony given by the questioned heretic, whereby the interrogation was conducted by the very Reverend Jan of Osek, Monsignor and Vicar to the Archbishop, and the lawful rite of torture was carried out by the town executioner Francis, called Shanks, in the town jail, according to the resolution of the town council. At first, the captive heretic, one Peter of Hradec, did refuse to give testimony, whereupon the executioner was instructed to encourage him to do so by the performance of arts. Let it be stated that the interrogated Peter of Hradec did long resist the executioner's persuasions. However, he did finally respond to a query as to the place of assembly of the other heretics known to him, that they did meet in the township of Ushitz. When the vicar then asked the prisoner to elaborate, that is, who they were and in what house they assembled, Peter of Hradec again fell into silence. The executioner was again obligated to exercise his persuasive art, in which in due course the vicar ordered him to desist, for the prisoner was greatly fatigued. Whereupon he did suddenly find his voice and began to respond at length to the repeated query as to where he met and the other heretics. The vicar thereupon decreed that the testimony of the prisoner be written down verbatim. May the Lord forgive me for hearing these heretical speeches, which by my duty to Holy Mother Church I am bound to set down in writing this day. Thus spoke the heretic. I began my pilgrimage in Ushitz, a den of iniquity, where the people were drinking and fornicating. So I left that corrupt place at once, and at once I saw another abomination, the temple of the bride of the Antichrist. with a proud Babylonian tower. I went past it quickly towards the rising sun. When I left the village, I came upon crossroads, and I didn't know which way to go, so I fell on my knees and prayed, and my prayer was heard, for the finger of Christ rose from the ground to show the right path. On I went through the sinful land, and suddenly I heard the sound of 1,000-headed crowd at work, and I saw their queen and their towers. I journeyed further on, and all at once there rose from the ground the jaws of the behemoth, and his broken teeth jutted up to the heavens like the tombstones of the Moabites. So I went through the mouth of the beast, and by the road I saw the abode of the apostle Peter and Andrew. I was hungry, so I took the fruits of their labors and filled my belly. Then I left their house, and saw 2 widows weeping and keening. I went with them, and they let me sleep in their shadow. I went further along the edge of the world, and saw the ribs of the great Leviathan washed up by the sea. Then I saw 2 bridges over the river Jordan, and the devil tempted me, and tried to lure me onto the one right. Oh, onto the right. Ugh, God, that's a terrible sentence. But I saw through his deception and went against his will. Then I saw the gateway to the garden of paradise, abundant with foliage. It was guarded by men of straw. But they saw I was a good Christian, and let me enter therein. These were the last words uttered by the heretic Peter of Heretic, for he then did breathe his last. The vicar did then state that his death was surely the work of Lucifer, to silence his tongue before the ears of the servants of God. The executioner thereupon took umbrage, and made conceited objections, for which his wage was cut by 3 groschens, and he was admonished to not repeat such remarks, especially in the presence of a servant of the Holy Mother Church. The body of the heretic was buried outside the cemetery wall as befits, so that it should not corrupt hallowed ground. Thereby the case of the heretic Peter of Heretic was brought to a close in accordance with ecclesiastical law. See, why wouldn't people believe them? Torturing people, accusing them of things, that's good Christianly things to do.
I'm glad to see you. Good luck, then.
Okay, he doesn't have anything to say about this. Yes, the Waldensians were a subset of Christians that were pretty much hunted down. I mean, pretty much anything that was against, like, basically either the Eastern or, like, what would be the Western Orthodox churches, were usually pretty much smited right away, as quickly as possible. So, this is actually a map, his words. I don't know what the fuck's going on here. I think it might have been the other road.
Yeah.
Maybe not. I think it might be up here. I'm pretty sure it was that road. Also, let's make sure I'm not, like, going off the map. Because there is a road that takes you, like, right off the map. I think it might be over here, actually. No. Here, I believe.
Yeah.
Curse you, stone walls. Yeah, I usually tend to get sick in the fall, but that's because all the mold and leaves and all that. It's worse than pollen. Especially like raking leaves is like the worst. Something about that, just like.
I won't put up with the likes of you.
Well, you won't have much of a choice.
You'll get one more. Yeah!
I'll wring your neck, you cock!
Bollocks, huh? I love this dude doing master counters on me. No, put that down. Also, who did you think you are? Pretty sure I have these. Oof. So I've been getting so much indigestion lately, it's been driving me nuts. I think it's also because I've been eating a lot of takeout and garbage. Although today I did have Wawa and it was tasty. Except seriously, like, it bugs me that either I'm getting bigger or food everywhere is getting smaller. No, it has to be that, the Jericho Road.
Yeah.
I remember it's like not on a road. It's like kind of off in the middle of nowhere and you never suspect it. Oh, here it is.
Seems I found it. A cross, nicely carved. Someone in the village might recognize it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that mission and that being the way to find it is like terrible. Oh yeah. I normally cook my own, I've just been lazy. Like, I'll be 100% honest, like with work and streaming and playing Borderlands and everything else going on, it's just like, cooking food is like, but that'll take so long even though it's like a half an hour out of my life. It's just like, still like, Also, I'm so tired of, like, making food. Like, it's just, ugh. Like, for years, I've been generally, like, bored of food, where I'm like, I don't want food. I just, like, I'd rather not, like, could we, like, just find a solution that people don't have to eat?
Yeah.
Like, some nutrient pack that you can just, like, inject, like, anything. I'm just kidding. But, yeah, I don't know. I like food, don't get me wrong, but cooking it and going through the process, it's all too much work. Too much of your life spent eating.
Father, I wonder if you could tell me whose cross this is.
I did salad the other day.
I do know, but I'm not sure I can tell you.
I don't understand. Why not?
People said they saw you talking with the vicar. They're afraid that Sir Hanu sent you here to help him.
Well, that is basically true.
Jesus Christ, Hal, are you insane? To get involved with a man like that?
Sir Hanu sent me to find out what he wants, and to get him out of here if possible.
Well, then we share the same interest. But I'd still prefer it to end with nobody burned at the stake.
You and me both.
That's good to hear. Where did you find the cross?
Let's do a deal. I'll tell you where I found it, and you tell me whose it is.
Very well. Tell me.
I found it in the woods. It looked like people met there. There were other things, candles, a cloth, and so on.
Damn it. That really does seem like...
That the vicar is right to be looking here. Surprised me, too. So whose is it?
The cross is definitely the Bowers, I remember that. But that just can't be. I can't believe it. If they really are heretics, though...
What do you want to do?
I don't know. But I'll do anything in my power to prevent a heretic witch hunt taking hold here.
I see. It wouldn't make Sir Hanush too happy either.
My thoughts exactly. But the question still remains what to do about it. The vicar won't give up till he's found what he wants. You know what, boy? Before we do anything else, we ought to make sure whether there really are heretics here.
What do you propose?
That's simple. Listen to how they say their prayers.
What good will that do us?
Prayers are sacred to all Christians, heretic or devotee. But if they are heretics, they are bound to pray differently.
That makes sense. But how can I listen to their private prayers? I don't suppose they'll be praying that way in the church.
Certainly not. In the church they'd pray the usual way. But at home it's a different matter entirely. I know they meet at the farm in the evening with all the domestics. They'll surely be praying then.
All right, but how can I listen in?
I don't know. Crouch beneath the window? Climb up in the loft? That way you'll be sure to hear everything said in the main room.
Right, I'll get on with it.
God be with you.
Alright. Yeah, you can have them burned. It's pretty horrific to do it. I did it once as a larf, but then I went back and did it.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. Congratulations on 2 years. I believe that's actually the Bower farm. Is it all the way down here? What the fuck? Oh. Oh, I was wrong there.
Yeah.
Out of my way, milady. So man, next week, gonna be crazy good. I'm going to do a lot of streaming, and hopefully, even if you guys just catch it in backlog for a little while, what I'm gonna do is probably have my regular Wednesday, Thursday, and this Sunday, I'm going to stream, and then, okay, good. Next crossroad. Just making sure I wasn't heading off the map. But I'll probably do like lots of late night streams. So expect those.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. controls over, so I think I'm just gonna either play a bulk of this, or I can just continue it Wednesday, Thursday, so that way there's not like a huge chunk missing for people who can only watch Wednesday, Thursday, and just start a new game on Sunday. But I'm not quite 100% sure yet. Sneaky music. Sneaky music. That's not how you get off a horse. Is this the devil's lettuce? Are you one of the Bowers?
Ah, I could try listening from here.
Auto wait. That's the greatest thing. All games should have that option where you're like, oh, you're in the right spot. Let's wait till it happens. If you have a time-based system. Oh, that's fine. I will be here tomorrow. But because I was debating starting Mass Effect, but that's a little much. So I'm not really sure how I'm gonna do it. Also, holy crap, there needs to be actual horror games. I'm gonna look some up to do like for like late night stuff. I might grab some on PC or something. And by the way, can I say I am perfecto hyped for Planet Zoo? I watched some beta stream of it today, and oh, it's by the same people who made Jurassic World Evolution, which, by the way, I still have the new dinosaurs I still have to show. Yeah, I need it too.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit.
Let's learn how to spot heretics.
And these thy gifts which we are bound to receive from thy bounty. Through Christ our Lord. Amen.
Amen. They took old Wenzel to the presbytery today. His farm is nearby. It's only a matter of time
before they come for me. I know.
And what are we going to do about it? That vicar is baying for blood, the beast. He will devour you alive.
I do not intend to do anything about it. I shall not waver from my faith, nor turn my back on it.
My dear, what on earth are you saying?
If they come for me, I will go quietly. And I will not lie.
Are you serious? Don't you know what they'll do to you?
I can well imagine. But I am resolved.
The Lord have mercy.
Do not fear. I surrender to God's will. And I do not condemn you if you decide to leave.
I'll stay by your side, although I'd rather that you decided otherwise.
I know. And you have no fear, my brothers in Christ. Stay true to God's plan, as I shall. Go and spread the true faith amongst all good folk.
I'm sorry, I wish there was another way.
You should eat your supper and depart right away. Who knows? You may come for us at dawn.
Yeah, they would have been a lot smarter to, you know, just pass the message. Yeah, I mean, they're pretty much prepared to die at this point. But let's do this. Because Because I think I can convince them to go. But I'm going to save because it might fail you. Let the magic sky daddy do his job. Well, thank you. But yeah, I need to find a horror game. I've been old.
Huh? Shit. Sod off.
No, I'm here for the vicar. Where's your wife? I need a torch again. Damn these night raids. But, yeah, Delirious and I tend to talk about events that happen before we're born. Well, quote-unquote, before we're born. You'll never know. Like, they actually happen to us, and that's fairly common. Where the hell is your wife? Did you make your wife sleep upstairs, or is she sleeping with the other two guys? Is that part of your religion? Either way, we can't talk to Father Godwin now. Dude, you have like 3 houses. I could wash myself. Why do you have a ladder to your roof? Are you hiding treasure on your roof? Well, they are heretics. That's the only way to get them clean. With cleansing fire. No, I'm just kidding. I want to save these people. And by save them, I mean not get Father Godwin upset, nor have the vicar start a crazy witch hunt. But there's 2 sides to this coin that are kind of rough. I think his wife might be upstairs. So, you can choose to burn them and use your righteousness as a benefit for you, or you can make them flee to say, no, he got something wrong. To say, like, oh yes, I'm a good person.
God preserve you, good night. Can I do something for you?
Mistress Bauer,
What is it you need?
I've come to ask something of you.
Have you? And just who are you, young man?
That doesn't matter. The important thing is that I want to help you and your husband.
I admit that I'm a little confused. You've come to ask me something, but at the same time you want to help me. What's going on?
I want to ask you not to confess to the vicar. Just take your husband and get out of here while there's still time.
I have no idea why you're so taken with my fate, or how you found out about my intentions. But I'll tell you one thing. Changing my mind is out of the question. I won't betray my faith, nor my brothers in Christ.
Well, have you ever been burnt alive? Because most people that burn alive probably have a few doubts going on. Let's hit her with this one.
Believe me, I know how cowardly it feels to flee. What it's like to abandon your nearest and dearest when they need you most.
Then you must understand why I can't do the same.
I do. But I also know that if I died that day, I would have achieved nothing by it. Whereas this way, I live on.
And what are you living for? Revenge?
Maybe. What of it? The important thing is that I'm alive, and I still have a life to do with as I please, and so could you. You can convert more people to your creed, instead of being scoffed at as they drag you to the pyre.
You may be right, but I can't lie. It's against all my teaching.
You won't have to lie if you're never asked any questions. Just leave. You can preach elsewhere. I'm sure you have lots of friends who'd love to take you in.
But I don't want to run.
No one wants to run away, but sometimes we have no choice. If you run, your faith will live on. That must mean something.
You're right. I shouldn't give in so easily. I've just grown so weary of the endless persecution.
Don't worry.
Pack up and run away as soon as you can. The vicar might get here any minute.
Thank you.
Don't delay.
Take care.
She is, but ultimately it's stupid. Actually, a lot of Waldensians were burned because they wouldn't turn and flee or turn the other cheek. They thought they were doing a proud sacrifice. Although, how many Waldensian churches have you ever seen? Unfortunately, history is written by the survivors and the conquerors. So, is it gonna do you much help if you're dead? If you're just a footnote in history. That's my kind of thing is, they always make, like, people who survive things, like, even if it's by, like, generally despicable means, they always make those people out to be almost, like, villainous. Like, there's a character in a show I watched, The 100, which is a good show if you like weird, futuristic sci-fi stuff. But, in The 100, it was, they have a character that's supposed, like, they try so hard to make you hate him, but he's like a survivor, and sure, he does some super slimy things, but he still survived. Like, that's, at the end of the day, that's what counts, and that's what most people want. So it's stupid to, like, think like, oh, he wanted to live? What a bitch. Like, oh, come on.
Yeah.
Also, Delirious and I beat Borderlands yesterday.
Yeah.
I could give you a full synopsis and review. Not as good as Borderlands 2, but hopefully the DLC will make it better. Also, they added in a new character that bugs the shit out of me, and she's an awful character, and they just, like, I hate when people add characters that they expect you to like. I'm not, like, disappointed. I love the combat. I love everything they've added. I love the new worlds. I love, like, all the old returning characters. Spoiler alert. Not big spoiler. But Salvatore, the Gunzerker from 2. The Psycho from Borderlands 2. As in, like, the playable character Psycho. The Necromancer. And Axton disappear. They are not in it at all. Like, there's some audio logs for the Psycho, and they have Maya and Zero, but there's nothing about Axton, and there's one of the audio logs is I think is supposed to say that the Necromancer girl dies, but they weren't specifically clear on that, so I don't know why they didn't bring her back. She would have made a better character than this character they injected in. And they still have Tannis, which Tannis is like one of my favorite characters in Borderlands. Although, it's weird because the character that they forced you to like, Tannis is normally like, ew, filthy people, don't touch me. Or like, I don't understand why they were so upset that I was blowtorching animals. Like, she's like a autistic psychopath. Like, that's the best way to put it. She doesn't get anything. And, for some reason, like, her whole demeanor and everything is like, oh, it'd be best if you, you know, well, it's like she'd say, like, ridiculous stuff, like, oh, now that you're here, let's talk, and then don't touch anything because you're probably filthy. Like, she would say something like that. But then for this other character, she's like, she's a great and wonderful person. And I'm like, what? That's not like Tanis. She said something to that effect, but it's just like, excuse me, what? That's not like it's a very out of character thing for you to say. But that one character they tried to make such a point of, and she was an entitled little cunt, and I didn't like her at all. And yes, I use the C word. I don't care. But I didn't like her character at all. And also, they need to settle down with the sirens do everything, because it's a little siren heavy. But I wanted to talk to Father Godwin. I might not be able to talk to him now. But overall, like, the rest of the story was good. Although Troy, one of the Calypso twins, sadly they didn't use him to his full potential, and I was kind of disappointed. Because they had something going, and then they just, like, dropped it. The story was weaker. Like, it was about on par with Borderlands 1's story, where it kind of just rushes from one thing to another. But, there's a lot of decent, good moments in it. All in all, though, I think it's worth a play. And the gameplay is so much better than the previous two. Plus legendaries. Okay, can't talk to him anymore. Let's do another quick save. I liked it, though. I will definitely play through Borderlands again. It's just... that one character is just so bad. Ice-T's in it. And so is Penn and Teller. Yeah. Hands down, Claptrap is like the reason to buy the game. Any of the Borderlands games. Vicar, put some clothes on! Oh. Gross, dude. Are you just walking around snoring while standing? No, I don't want to talk to the Vicar's guard. God. Vicar. Let's talk to you now.
God be with you.
Okay. I was kind of hoping the guard would be over him doing that.
I found them, Monsignor.
Pardon me?
I found the heretics.
Really? And who are they?
The Bauer family and their entire household.
Well, I expect you to give me some evidence. In the last few days, I've been hearing how practically everyone here is a heretic.
I found that place the captive heretic talked about, and I found a family cross there. It took a bit of asking around, but I learned it belongs to the Bauers. Their farm isn't far from here, to the north. And then all I had to do was go there and do a little spying.
What of it? What did you hear?
Nothing at all. The farm was deserted, not a living soul anywhere.
Ha! They've fled. So they are heretics.
What will you do, Monsignor?
It's not the first time the devil's spawn has fled from me. I'll do the same as always. Track them down and capture them. Don't worry, they won't get far. Thank you for your help. You may leave. See you later.
Alright. So we have a double Sir Hanush. No, and when I say something like that, that's like the only bad thing I thought about it, but the rest of it was great. Just the quests and a cringy character. But if that's your problems, that's the least of your worries in a game. Now, Destiny, on the other hand, it's just good. Like, it's good to get back into playing games with Delirious and having fun and looting and shooting. I'm actually still thinking about playing right now. I debated taking a stream sick day since I'm going to be doing a lot of streaming next week. Also, I really want to play, if you haven't seen it yet, I really want to play on stream Untitled Goose Game. Because, holy shit, that game looks great. And you get to play as a goose, and I get to honk as a goose. I usually like nicer, finer whiskeys. I mean, I'll drink just about any, but my wife is the whiskey fan. She has, I don't know if she still has any of her, she has, what, a 20-year-old bottle of whiskey? We also have questionable whiskey that was in our friend's basement in her dad's basement since what we assume was the 70s. So it's either really good or it's turned to whiskey vinegar. I know she's not a Jim Beam fan. I forget the name of the one whiskey she likes. I personally prefer Wild Turkey over Jim Beam. Alright. Sir Nushi. Nah, Crown Royale's overpriced. Overpriced fluff. Crown Royale's like a mixer whiskey. Time to talk to my favorite character.
God bless you. What troubles you?
It's all sorted out, sir. You've no need to worry about the vicar anymore.
Excellent. Some good news at last. I've heard some pretty wild rumors from Uzhitz. So what happened there exactly?
Maybe this will surprise you, sir, but there really were heretics in Uzhitz.
Are you telling me the vicar didn't come to stick his nose in my possessions?
I don't know about that, but he definitely suspected there were heretics hereabouts, and he was right.
Christ. A man doesn't expect that sort of thing in his own fiefdom. Did you catch them?
No, they ran away. The vicar's investigation wasn't exactly low-key. Anyway, they've definitely fled beyond your estate.
Well, that's at least something. And the vicar?
He's probably hot on their heels.
Well, I hope he doesn't come back. Anyway, Henry, thanks for dealing with that vicar. You pulled a thorn from my side. Here's a little token of my gratitude.
Thank you, sir.
Goodbye.
I have news from the camp, Sir Hannes.
Speak.
Unfortunately, we couldn't avoid a skirmish.
Where's Hans? I hope he's not...
There's no need to worry, my lord. Lord Capon's alive and well. Lord Capon is busy celebrating.
So you succeeded?
Wolfen is dead, and his men routed. Captain Bernard and the others are hunting them down in the woods right now.
By God, that's excellent news. I must say, Henry, after all that's happened recently, I'm glad something finally turned out well.
So am I, sir.
And I think you deserve to be rewarded for your efforts.
Thank you, sir.
God be with you.
Oops. I totally forgot to unmute. Because I'm a dum-dum. What I was going to say is I was going to look up and read the Waldensian thing. I thought I unmuted it, but it was like just stuck on the edge. But what I was saying for this, Hans Capon is Jan Tasek. And I have a meme that I'm going to post in Discord that is the scene from Babadook where she's like, why can't you just be normal? And then he's like in Polish, and it's like a whole bunch of C's and Z's and exclamation point stuff. Hold on. I wish Discord would actually let my pictures be bigger. I've got to find that real fast. So that way people can enjoy it later. Also, Kyoto, I was going to send you a picture of Laharl and his froggy, but on my phone, I can't sign into my PlayStation account stuff, so I have to like either use my browser on my phone. There it is. Yeah. It's European language. Why can't you be normal? Skrizizims. There we go. Yeah. So Hans Capon somehow comes to Jan Tasek. But yeah, these are all the people. I wanted to read where the Waldensians are. There they are. The Waldensian movement first appeared in the second half of the 12th century in Lyon, France. Its founder was a wealthy Lyon merchant, Peter Waldo, also called Pierre probably Valdez, or Vaudes, or Devaux, who gave up his worldly goods and returned to his former poor apostolic life. The main characteristics of this movement were voluntary poverty, strict interpretation of the scriptures, and above all, criticism of the materialism of the church. They regarded relics of saints as mere human remains of uncertain origin, icons and sacred statues as objects of idolatry, and held that mass said in a barn was as valid as any consecrated church. Waldo even translated the Holy Scripture into Arpatan. I forget I think it's Arpatan, because there's like an apostrophe over the A normally. A French dialect of the Provence. and preaching using this translation. The movement soon after its founding gained a following in Provence, as well as in neighboring Lombardy. The sect was sometimes known as the Leon Poor or the Lombardy Poor. The emergence of the sect did not escape the watchful eye of the Vatican. Vatican in 1179. Peter Waldo and his associates were invited to Rome to explain their opinions and actions before the Holy See and respond to theological questions. The outcome of this questioning is not clear, but the movement continued its activities and preached an ever greater opposition to the Roman Church until 1184. The entire sect was excommunicated by the Synod of Verona, or Synod, and its members expelled from Lyon. Nevertheless, the Waldensians continued to endure thanks to its strict secrecy. Their communities were linked together by traveling preachers who visited members' houses. The members of the sect were obliged to hide the preachers from pursuit, feed and house them, and ensure them safe passage to their next destination. Thus, decentralized, the Waldensians persevered long after the death of their founder, sometime in the early 13th century. Probably in what is today Germany. The Waldensians came to Bohemia primarily with German colonists who undoubtedly were fleeing persecution. But even in Bohemia they did not escape systematic persecution, and by the end of the 15th century the movement was suppressed throughout Europe, with the exception of the Cottian Alpine region between Piedmont and Provence, where they still maintained a compact community. At the end of the 1590s the Waldensians joined the Genevan Reformation and became part of the Europe-wide Protestant movement. Did not know that. That explains why the Catholics hate the Protestants so much more. Well, for other reasons, but the Catholics really did not like Waldensians. But that's interesting. It's also weird to think that the Waldensians and Protestants got together, even though Waldensians and Protestants are very different in beliefs. I find that very odd duck. That's like, I don't know. Yeah, whiskey with birch beer, super tasty. And if you haven't had birch beer, you're missing out. Although I think birch beer is mostly strictly like a Pennsylvania, East Coast, tri-state area kind of thing. Also called white birch beer in some places. But, yeah, birch beer is something that's very unique. Although some people are put off by it really hardcore. It's definitely one of those sodas that you either love or you hate. It also has, like, no consistency between different flavors, like different manufacturers. So people get rather confused as what is the flavor of birch beer. But, yeah. So that's 2 quests down. Bam. Shouldn't have gone this way. So, let's see. So yeah, all we have is all the glisters. Oh, I'm gonna hate this. This is undoubtedly the worst part of the game, to be honest. I'd almost rather do, like, the maiden, but I'd rather do a woman's lot later. I also should talk to her at the monastery, because there's a... Okay, so there's, like, an intermediary quest that can help with the DLC, which essentially the Waldensians were also part of that mission. Because surprisingly, there's like a lot of things that go on in this game that have wheels that get turned either later in the game or in DLC. Who is this booty knocker?
What? Now we'll have another bout. I won't be rough. Ha! Now you're fucked.
I was waiting for this.
That's gonna cost you your life. Way off. Kunda.
Excuse me? Just making sure there's no guards running after me. So here's some pretty good stuff. Yeah, so Black Peter came to, you know what, I'm just gonna steal all Black Peter's stuff. He doesn't deserve it. He tried to kill me. I'm just gonna take all your stuff. How do you like that, Black Peter? You're a homeless nobody. Oh, also you're dead. Did he really set up a rope to knock me off my horse? What a dick. No, I don't want to equip that. I pressed the wrong one. That was... that. And it was also not stealing. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But, at least now, I don't think I can talk to him again about it. Yeah. Let's go to Samapesh. That's a little far. You know what I really love? A little club soda, well, not club soda, a nice gin and tonic, but with a really nice gin, like a juniper gin. Whenever I drink that, I have like one, and then I'm like, I want another. And then when I have the second one, I'm like, I've got to keep drinking this. Like, juniper gin is one of those things where I'm just like, if I keep drinking this, I'm never going to stop. Like, if it was the end of the world and I was in a bunker that just had, like, 2 cases full of juniper gin, I'd probably go through it in, like, a week. Because I'd just be like, oh, I love it so much. It would, like, juniper gin is probably the one thing that would make me an alcoholic. Like, end of the world, and I'd be worried about tonic water. Another corpse in the road. Fireball is pretty nasty, but it's also like I'm in college and I want to drink something. Also, I did see a video of someone drinking a shot of Fireball from someone's foreskin. So there was that.
What are you doing, you murderer?
You again.
What the hell are you talking about?
I saw you stealing from her.
I was looking for signs of life to see if I could help.
Uh-huh. And could you?
Unfortunately, it was too late.
All right. I suppose you're innocent after all.
I'm glad you saw sense. And what were you doing here exactly?
What do you mean by that?
It'll be easier if you just confess.
What the hell do you mean by that? I won't take any more of this. I'm going into town to say you're falsely accusing me.
Oh, I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you. Boy, who's murdering all these women? I haven't actually found the killer. I know. What can I say? Snitches get poison-coated arrows from the hero Henry in the butt. It's a phrase, right?
Yeah.
Let's see. Did I actually get a bounty for that? I didn't. Good. I murdered her good. She did. If I knew what the guy was saying, I'd just sing the Ricardo song instead of what in the butt. Oh, great. Let me guess. Could everybody stop trying to rob me or accuse me of murder or... It's this cursed crossroad. Alright. Show what you're made of! Yeah, exactly. That's how it works, right? Look at this, the page's sword was poisoned. And it had actual poison. Good thing he didn't actually stab me with it, because that would suck to get poisoned. We have 2 of these.
Is that the best you can do? Enough! Are you?
Jesus Christ! Take that!
Oh no, where do you think you're going? Oh no 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 no. You don't get to do this. You don't get to just attack me and run. Who do you think you are? Also, Henry's getting tired. Henry, little baby, getting tired. It's okay, Henry. I'm stealing your pants. Where's the other guy? Oh yeah, that's right. That would be 4, so we're good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Watch out, cows.
Yeah.
So let's just. Yeah, we'll just go to Merhoyed. And then we'll make our way over to Samapesh. I should be able to get a room to sleep in Merhoyed. If not, one of the villagers who died, I can sleep in their plague-infested cot. Also, Dark Elf, if I ever get in trouble, I'm contacting you as my lawyer. You've got irrefutable logic. What are you doing here? Where is... Isn't there a tavern here? Pretty sure there was a tavern here. Ugh, no, Merhoyed's not. Well, I'll call you if I need a medicinal... if I need a medicinal marijuana card, so that way I can just, like, resell it to people. I mean, that's wrong. I would never do that. Okay, good. This camp's still up here. Oh, good. Henry's a little sweepy baby. I guess as soon as I get caught in my lucrative marijuana reselling business, then I'll have Dark Elf be my lawyer. See, it all works out. We were all working together. And then if that doesn't work, NB can use his secret silent assassin skills and break me out of prison and then fly me to Malaysia and Kyoto can hide me. See? Totally reasonable plan that will work. Not really. Honestly, I don't know what's going through people's heads when they think, like, I'm gonna sell marijuana and I'm gonna make a lot of money. It's like, you will, at first, I'm sure. But the second you upset somebody, or you get pulled over at the wrong time, then you're poor and you're in prison for the next 20 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
Alright, let's get over to Samapesh. I'll just cut through their backyard. I don't respect the road. Also, I honestly don't understand, like, the whole get-rich-quick scheme kind of thing. Like, I don't get the idea that it's like, oh yeah, I'm going to do this one thing and now I'm rich. Like, that's not how any of this works. Is this Samopesh? Yeah, I'm on the far side of Samopesh.
Catch him!
Going down, thief.
Somebody help me!
I will not take thieving. Not on my watch. Stop! You violated the law.
Somebody help me! What the?
I can't tackle anymore.
Thief! Catch him! Fucking dog! No!
Get punched with my gauntlets of justice.
You showed him. Thank you, that thieving magpie. You can't trust anyone these days. And just so you know, I'm no pinch purse. Here's a small reward.
Thanks.
6 groschen. Just gonna take a walk in the woods. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you get a reputation up. That's the big thing there. Yeah, good job, dude. Good job. Clap for you. Good job. Clap. Asshole. But yeah, getting rich quick is, I don't know. Especially when they're like, here's an investment opportunity. It's like, if I have to put money forward, then no. I don't know where the cats are. It's a very good question. Normally Laharl's on his meowing spree.
God's blessings. What can I do for you?
You were saying about Black Peter. I think I can tell you what happened to Svatopluk.
Really?
The fact that he died just after beating Black Peter and winning the tourney was no coincidence.
So it was that bastard.
Yes. Black Peter lay in wait and ambushed me. He's a nasty piece of work. And the thing is, he had some kind of poison on his weapon, so I reckon he might have poisoned your son. The signs you spoke of point to it.
Merciful God, I knew it. But how did you get away from the fucker? Did you kill him?
Nah, he was no match for me. I sent him straight to hell where he belongs.
Thank you. It won't bring my boy back, but it gives me some peace to know you avenged his death. Here, take this. It's not much, but it's all I have.
85 groschen.
Goodbye.
No thanks. But we resolved his son. That's what I wanted to do. Hey, quick save. Don't fuck up. Don't fuck up. It's the only thing I worry about these. By the way, I have to say, like, there's something for, like, making... Like, you can make games pretty and whatever, but, like, the biggest thing that bothers me is, like, in Borderlands it's always been an issue, and in other games, I hate when you go into, like, menus. This game has a big problem with it, too. Like, these long, like, load period issues. Ugh, drives me up a wall. Like, when you have to wait. Like, I understand if you have just, like, one loading period in the beginning, or it's just, like, your game slows down for a minute. Like, while it's clearly just, like, updating your save. Like, I'm cool with that. But, when it takes, like, a full, like, 2 minutes to save, then I'm kind of like, oof. Apparently this can be sharpened more. I don't think I can actually sharpen it more. I think I have to blacksmith kit the rest. No? There was just like one little bump. I know, not the most interesting thing, but I just want to get these sharpened. Also, because it's nice to actually see the swords. And Black Peter's sword was all messed up. Also, as a side note, a thing you should look up on YouTube. They actually have a sword. It's still not done yet. It's from the British Royal Museum. And it's actually like a Viking sword they found. And it's really cool, but it's like, you can see like how ancient it is and stuff like that. I know, right? Henry's lazy. But you can see like this gold and ruby inlay, and it's amazing to think that, like, you know, people were building this kind of stuff all the way back then. Like, to think that someone probably spent like, you know, probably like 100+ hours, if not more, and multiple people were involved in crafting just like one guy's sword. Like, I find that kind of stuff just amazing. It's like the French death clocks. Like, I mean, there was no TV or cell phones or video games, so people would literally just sit around building swords, crafting stuff. If they weren't like poor farmers, that is. And I find that stuff like endlessly fascinating. People who spent like years carving statues for like one building. Now today, people get upset if it takes too long in the drive-thru. Not saying return to simpler times, but that kind of stuff is really cool to me. Okay. Also, just so you can see it, St. Michael's sword. Look at that gilding. Ooh. Is that, are they etching? Not gilding. Gorgeous. That pommel. Well, yeah, when I mean your average life expectancy was like maybe 40. Some people 50 and 60, but very rarely. Especially in medieval times. Being able to do that much, handing down crafts like that, outstanding. I mean, I'll take modern medicine and modern creature comforts well over the ability to have a simpler, slower life. No. Stay on the horse.
Yeah.
We're not going there. Alright. I'm gonna save before I do this, in case I answer the wrong question, and then this all goes downhill. Because if I start doing the DLC now, it will mess up really bad. Because technically you want to do it near the end of the game. So, not really the best. But I want to get her other quest in.
I see you look much better.
No, I feel much better. Then I heard it was all down to you. Thank you. If you ever need to know about anything that's going on in Sasau, come and see me. There's nothing much happens here without my knowledge. Thomas is my name. Good luck then.
People named Thomas are beautiful, important people. And that you should respect them always.
You saved me. You've no idea what you've done for me. Oh God, thank you.
I didn't do that much.
You did more than anyone else here. I'm sorry, I've got no money to repay you, but I can tell you a secret. How workers like me keep up back-breaking labour day after day.
I figured it was more than enough time to talk to most of them. yeah, I forgot. Please don't start the other mission.
How are you getting on?
Oh, better. Someone gets kicked by a horse, someone eats something bad, another can't sleep or has the ague. Everyone's got a problem, and it feels like I'm the only one in the whole world who's able to help them. And Matthias, he worries me most of all. Brother
This
Nicodemus
is what I
helped me
want.
to move him here after what happened in Merhoyed. But he's still lying in a fever, and nothing seems to help.
I'm sorry to hear it. To be honest, you look all done in.
I know. I'm constantly on my feet, and when I get a chance to rest for a while, I don't sleep well. I keep having peculiar dreams and waking up. I get up in the morning feeling like I haven't slept at all.
Oh, yeah.
You wouldn't happen to know what Fritz and Matthew did here, would you?
Don't even talk to me about that. They weren't badly injured compared to most of the others here, and after lying in bed for a while, they got bored. So they started drinking. I'm trying to help people in dire need, and the two of them are drinking with that cretin Elias.
They always have been thoughtless, but at least they were punished for it. Who is this Elias, anyway?
One of the ordinal monks who helps out here. He was the one who brought the booze. All three of them got friendly pretty fast. You know what they say about birds of a feather.
And do you know what got between them?
I don't have a clue. 1 minute they're the best friends in the world, and then a lot of yelling and furniture flying around. They threw Fritz and Matthew out straight afterwards.
What kind of person is this Elias?
A timid kind of fellow.
And why is he being so hard on Fritz and Matthew? They're drowning in debt because of him, and it seems all they had was a small fight.
I don't know. He was the one who wanted to befriend them in the first place. I don't believe it's because of any property damage they did. It's got more to do with wounded pride.
Thank you. That's all I need.
I like a little cape half coat thing.
What's wrong with Matthias?
As I said, his wound isn't healing, and he has a constant fever. Me and Brother Nicodemus are at a loss. We tried everything we could think of. I pray every night to Our Lady to heal him. If only he'd get better.
Ah, poor Matthias. After all he's been through. I'll pray for him too.
My wife and I work at the same place, and that is a secret.
Good luck, then.
Okay, and there's something we can do to heal Matthias. Let's see something. I want to see if I can do it in this quest or the next one. There's kind of a weird way. I wasn't able to do this last time because I like missed it, essentially. Okay. Yeah, Matthias is one of the other people that wanted to throw dung at the house. Pestilence. Okay. Let's see where. Let's see here what else there was. Because I know there's some way you can cure him. Yeah. Hold on. That's a great response. Someone's like, is there any way to get him healed? And someone said, shoot him with an arrow. Broken arm is no longer an issue. Okay, let's see here. Because the problem is it's part of the DLC, so it's all new stuff. Yeah, so I don't think I can cure him right away. So let's just skip that for right now. Rude. And go do a costly brawl. Because this will actually get me something else. And it might actually... Elias, please.
I heard you had a fight with Fritz and Matthew.
Heathens.
So it was you they fought with?
Yes, it was me. And I hope I'll never have to see those wastrels again.
They deserve to be ousted, but the debt? How are they ever going to pay it?
I really don't care. Let them live in penury. Brutes.
Isn't that a little unchristian? You wouldn't want personal spite to ruin their lives, would you?
Well, those were just idle threats, really. If they come and apologize, there's always a possibility of forgiveness.
I won't get any sleep. I just won't get any sleep.
So their debt is covered. And I guess that's the ending point for essentially the quest. Yeah, I'm not gonna... Let's uncheck that. The Madonna of Sasau begins the DLC quest. No. Not the time for that. We've got so much more sinning to do. We got more people to kill. Ladies to chase. More times to have premarital sex. I mean, make art. I know. I don't know where he is. He was pretty active earlier today in this week, so he might just be passed out. And we're not playing Borderlands, so he probably is passed out on Mommy's lap. Or just passed out on the bed next to her. Oh, yes. Yeah, I think we're supposed to talk to... I don't know where he is then. The Harl!
Yeah.
Let's go talk to the bailiff first. I know. Hopefully he's feeling alright. He should be. He was all sprightly earlier. He also got a good brushing today.
God save you.
Okay, bailiff's not going to be helpful.
God be with you.
How about you, Mr. Scribe? Okay, you don't have anything, but let's see. Let's see, Resident Souls Rotate. You don't have any of the skill books, do you?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then we'll talk to this guy, the guy up there, and then we'll speak with Master Ota and get that done. But I'm pretty sure you can ask them about silversmithing.
I'm glad.
Do you ever work with copper here?
No, and even if I wanted to, I couldn't. Zach from the Monastery Craftsman's Yard has bought out all the copper.
What can you tell me about the Sasau blacksmiths?
There's too many of us, I'll tell you that for free. This is only a small town. There's Zach, who has a forge in the Craftsman's Yard and mostly works on the construction of the church. And then, apart from me, there's Master Armourer Otter of Ramstein.
Can you tell me something about Master Otter?
Well now, there's a master to look up to. He's worked for the lords of Kunstadt and for the richest townsfolk of Prague.
If you don't mind my asking, what brings him here?
The same as draws all reasonable people. He's enjoying the peace and quiet. Or rather, he used to enjoy some peace. That dispute with Zach must have put a few more wrinkles on his brow.
Tell me more about Zach.
Don't have much time for him myself. He knows his craft, no question. But he seems to think his son, Vitus, will be a master armourer in Prague one day.
My father was a blacksmith, and I expect he thought much the same about me. That's how fathers are, isn't it?
Of course, any man should be proud of his boy. But Zach makes pride a sin. That's why he's at loggerheads with Master Otter.
What are Zach and Master Otter arguing about?
Zach had his boy Vitus trained as an armourer in Kuttenberg, and he wanted to buy out Otter's place for him. Except that Otter's a proud man. How would it have looked? A master armourer giving way to a young whippersnapper who's barely let go of his mother's skirts? And they've been arguing ever since. Well, Zach mostly. He badmouths Otter every chance he gets. He claims that he's only fit for mending pots, and that his son will see him off.
That will be all. Thank you.
God be with you.
So we got a hint about who works in copper. Someone's buying up all the copper.
Yeah.
I think he'll say the same.
God save. What can I do for you?
Oh.
Good luck then.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think we can talk to this guy about Quicksilver. I know we can talk to someone about Quicksilver. I'm pretty sure it was this guy.
My God, what's happened to you? You look...
You look like... Oh, no, I guess not.
See you later.
I thought there was someone you could talk to about Quicksilver, but I might have to talk to Heinrich first. But let's just speak with Master Ota. I should probably also save before I talk to him. Because I'm pretty sure there's a way to get it to work. But I don't remember if it's pass or fail. Like, if you fail Ota's quest, then he gets ashamed and moves to Privet Slibbits, or the other way around. I don't remember how it goes, because I had this quest kind of bug out of me because I did Privet Slibbits after, so it was all screwed up.
God grant you health. How may I help you?
Do you make anything out of copper, Master?
I do a bit of Damascene decor sometimes. Why do you ask?
I'm looking for someone who could do me some copper sheets.
Well, that's pretty rough and ready work. I wouldn't waste my time with it. But go and ask Zach from the craftsman's yard by the monastery. He's bought up all the copper to be had around here anyway.
What can you tell me about the blacksmiths here in Sasau?
Depends which ones you mean. In the town there's Mikesh. He's a decent man and an honest craftsman. And in the yard by the monastery there's Zach. But there's not many good words I can say about him.
Tell me something about Mikesh.
Like I said, he's an honest craftsman. Which isn't something you can say about every blacksmith in town.
What about the monastery blacksmith, Zach?
Well, him and me don't exactly see eye to eye. He wanted to buy my business, but I turned him down. Ever since then, he hasn't had a good word to say about me.
That'll be all. Thank you.
Okay, so maybe I have to talk to Zach first. Maybe talk to the bailiff and see if the bailiff will give me a hint to actually... Because, like, I have that quest started, but it hasn't become an official log quest. The one I have is a smoke. Beast, and then the one I have is, was it Tesla? Tesla Sigs mod, but that's only because it's like stamped metal with like gears on it and such.
Yeah.
Actually, I have quite a lot of them, but I mostly have smoke. I used to do a lot of Kanger Tech, and then they got outdated really fast. And I can't find the coils for the mods that I have. So now I just have pretty much all smoke stuff because I like them because they actually hit hard. Plus their coils don't last a week. Oi, prick. Where do you think you're going? Zach.
God save. What can I do for you?
Should probably also eat something.
What can you tell me about...
Well, there's Mikesh. And then there's Master Otter. He used to have...
I'd like to make you an...
Have you heard no.
About... Don't bother me.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Yeah, Henry definitely needs to eat. Nom nom nom. Nom nom nom. Master Butcher. I'm trying to trigger the Otta quest. but it's not doing.
God almighty, it's some...
Listen, dude. I swear to God, I'm gonna punch you. I'm gonna buy some rump. But I love how it takes a strong stomach. Nourishment 10. Yeah, I got one of the little ones for cheap, just as like a little travel thing, or if I need something like really small. And I don't like the fact that the entire thing is like throwaway.
Yeah.
I may have to talk to this guy first.
Yeah.
I mean, technically I have the RMAs, and I could use them, but I hate them because they leak. Like, there's no good way to get an RMA to work. Or at least work regularly without leaking. Because you gotta, like, stuff it so freaking hard that you can barely hit it, and it's stupid. What are you doing? Heinrich's there. Right. Oh, God. Come on.
Yeah.
Is he upstairs or inside? There he is. Ulrich, not Heinrich.
So, what did Master Pfeiffer have to say?
I consulted him, and we definitely have a starting point.
Tell me more.
Master Pfeiffer found out they need copper sheets for the core of the coins, and quicksilver for the the other part.
Amalgam.
I see. They have such materials at the monastery.
Exactly. That's why I'm interested in the local forges.
Yes, that is good. Yesterday, I heard people from the craftsman's yard by the monastery complaining. They said they could not sleep at night because the blacksmith works all the time till dawn.
I see. That's certainly worth asking about. Have you heard anything else?
You said they use quicksilver. There is a painter lodging here who is painting the church in Uzhitz. I heard him complain also. He said that he went to the monastery for quicksilver and it was all gone.
Well, that's something to follow up as well. Thanks.
Mercury paintings. I believe it's him.
God save you. What can I do for you?
Take care.
Thought it was him. No, they're all just townsmen. Maybe the painter's inside? Oh, you're definitely near the alehouse maid. There's the pickpocket guy. That's what that exclamation point is. He just wants me to pickpocket people's random stuff. Alright. What the fuck? You were not. No, you're the innkeeper. Is he upstairs? There he is.
I hope I can be of some humble service to you.
I hear you've had some problems with the supply of quicksilver.
Problems? I should say so. For the third time this month, they've told me they've none. There's no quicksilver to be had, they said.
And who exactly are you talking about? Who's holding back the goods on you?
The monastery overseer, or his assistant, more like.
So what did the overseer have to say to you?
Nothing. Apparently he doesn't deal in such trifles. Leaves it all to his assistant, the pompous git.
Surely such valuable material can't just vanish. Where can it be?
I wish I knew. Every time I ask for the red paint, there's a different reason why they haven't got the quicksilver to mix it. Once they said the goods never arrived, and another time that the wagon carrying it was ambushed. Then it went astray somewhere.
And you think they're lying?
Jesus, what do I know? But it seems pretty strange to me. 3 times in a row the same thing goes missing. There's bad luck and then there's something else.
What do you need quicksilver for?
Thank you, Jerry. Always good to hear.
They do. To mix up the red pigment for me. I'm painting the church in Ujits. Can you imagine how stupid those biblical scenes look without red?
Not really.
Then be glad you can. My eyes hurt just to imagine it.
You really like your red with your fancy red shirt.
That's all I need to know for now.
Ah. But wouldn't you care to buy something before you go? Or play a game? I really need some money. I've been waiting here a while and my stay's getting expensive.
Why not? Show me what you have to offer.
Why not?
I'd like to discuss the price.
All right, so.
Here, with a little something on top for a good measure.
Well, no, thank you very much.
Bam, double reputation gain. Ale has made. Actually,
Coming.
do you have dried meat?
Good health.
Salami. It's not gonna help. I know that feels. As an Irish person, my family runs deep with alcoholism. Or Ohioism, which is almost worse. Alright, so we have that resolved. The only reason I did the thing with, what the... I did with him is because it's a really huge reputation gain to do that. Alright, find out where the counterfeiters get the Quicksilver. Who works with copper. I already know who that is. Continue the investigation in the Overseer's office. So let's go talk to Zach, because we totally know Zach is somehow a part of it. Also, I'm surprised I did not get knocked off my horse for that. Alright. I think if we talk to Vetus first.
God, what happened to you? You look like you've been assaulted.
And you look like a poor peasant lady.
God be with you.
God be with you, bitch.
Do you work any copper here, Master Blacksmith?
Why'd you ask?
I'm looking into a few things here.
Looking into things?
Meaning what?
I'm on the trail of a gang of counterfeiters.
Well, that's a serious business, but to answer your question, no. I don't work copper here.
That's not what I heard.
What?
I was told in town that you bought all the other blacksmith's copper.
By Mickelson the Master Armourer, am I right? They're forever trying to smear my good name. That's why they said it. To make me look suspicious.
But they don't know I'm investigating anything.
Then they're making things up just for spite. Anything else? I still have work to do.
So back to that copper.
What?
Aha.
God be with you.
Well, let's go talk to the overseer. I know I could have taken my horse, but Henry needs some jog. He's been stacking on those calories lately. Okay, so I'm guessing he's upstairs. So, oh, that door is actually available.
My respects to you.
I'm looking for some quicksilver. Would you have any on hand?
Talk to my assistant. He deals with such trivial matters.
Fine, thank you.
I know who did it. I don't know who that
Take
is.
care now.
No. God, no. I was born there. Alright, are you the overseer? I remember the overseer's assistant is usually around the yard. Brother Porter? No.
Can I take a look inside the monastery?
What's got into you, boy? The grounds inside the monastery belong to the monks of the Order of Saint Benedict. No others shall pass. May the Lord watch over you.
Fine, be that way. I'm just gonna break in one of these nights. Where's his assistant? So why is there a barrel blocking this door? Where does this go? Wait, what the fuck was that? Dried roe venison, dried trout? I hadn't seen those items before. I think that's one of the ways into the monastery, because I know it's a way out. I have not. So where's this goddamn overseer? There you are. Sneaky.
I'm honored that you should come to me.
Clean your shirt.
Do you have any quicksilver in stock?
Who's asking?
I'm here on behalf of the master fresco painter. He said you sent him away empty-handed 3 times already.
Then I don't have any.
That sounds almost as if you don't want to sell it to me.
It's not that I don't want to. It's that I can't.
I could just...
Can't you? In the Sasau monastery? That seems unlikely. It looks more like you're lining your own pockets to me. I wonder what people would have to say about that.
It's not. I'm not. Oh, shit.
Get to the point.
They came for me at noon. Directly to the office. The overseer was somewhere on his rounds. Some knight, it was. Without a crest. Armed. He called himself Sir Jezek, and he had a lackey with him called Rapota. A scruffy fellow with a yellow cape. Always whistling he was. They wanted all the quicksilver we order for the monastery. Of course, I told him that wouldn't be possible.
And then what? Did they threaten you?
Not at first. They tried to bribe me, and when I refused, they started threatening.
How did you hand it over to them?
I take it up the hill behind the monastery here. There's a big tree there with a small chapel underneath. Sometimes Rapota is there waiting for me. If not, I leave it there.
What did they threaten you with?
They said they know people in the monastery. That they'd have me thrown out and beaten for stealing.
And you had been stealing? I mean, before then?
You know how it is. I work my fingers to the bone and they pay me a pittance.
So they knew about you?
Yes, they knew my name, everything.
Very well. Thank you.
Farewell.
Okay. Maybe when we get a new house. You know, I'll throw my big YouTube dollars to fly you and Kyoto and Jerry out. You know, invite all of our friends, just, you know, sure. Alright, yeah, let's go check the place out.
Yeah.
God, I don't even want to know. First off, how much a plane ticket from, like, Malaysia to Philadelphia International Airport would be. It'd probably be like $2,000 or $3,000. Actually, you could probably get it for cheaper. Get some like get like a Malaysian air flight or Malaysian company. It's probably a Malaysian air company is a little bit better.
Why are you just sitting around?
Why not? Admiring the view. People just do not appreciate a lovely view these days.
Does the name Rapota ring any bells for you?
Rapota, you say? Rapota. No, I can't hear any bells ringing at all.
Look, you little jester, I'm investigating a crime against the king on the direct orders of Sir Radzig. Are you really going to keep pretending you don't know anything?
Hang on! What's all this about a crime against the king? I'm just keeping an eye on things. When a wagon comes in, I make sure nobody robs it. I get a commission for that, that's it.
See? That didn't hurt a bit.
Well, yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot, Alpha. I'll have to fly you out too. Yeah, Korea is probably expensive because all the airfare companies and like airline companies are generally higher end, especially some of the Korea international flights. I've seen Mike Chen's review of those, and those get pretty crazy. Yeah, but I think Josh, the plane can just stop by, you know, LA, pick him up, my private YouTube jet from all my YouTube dollars. I'll just, fly it to Malaysia to pick you up, then go to Korea, then stop by California, wherever Josh is. Then it'll just, go to Oklahoma and then Kentucky, and then everything will be fine. No big deal.
Bit of friendly advice. You're wasting your time here. Rapid is scarpered and won't be coming back this way anytime soon. You might as well pack up and go home.
What? That bastard owes me a dozen groschen. Damn it! Now what? Well, no use hanging around here anyway. In any case, thanks for the information. I could have been stuck here for weeks.
Can't talk to him anymore. Damn it, I should have asked him. Should probably save a little more. What? Josh is in Australia? No. There's no way Josh is in Australia. I thought he was in California because he does not shitpost enough to be Australian.
Yeah.
Like, there's a certain level of shitposting and shit-talking you have to be considered Australian. I have no idea. I mean, he could be. He could be, living in Australia. Who knows? The mysteries of the crazily international audience. Yeah, I think I screwed that up because I think I was supposed to find out where Rapota was going. Sure. Bacon and salmon for everyone.
Yeah.
Take care now.
And then I'll do some Korean barbecue beef and little mini tacos for everybody because I've talked about it on the channel. And then some green curry. Some curry gao.
I might know where the materials from the monastery get passed on to the forges.
Where?
Up the hill by Sasa Woods.
Shall we go right now?
No, I need to find out more. I don't even know if anyone will be there now, but you could keep an eye out there, in case anyone appears, I mean.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Alright. Dude, we have so much liquor and wine because every year, and yes, even this year, even if I have to pay for it, we end up buying some sort of wine while we're at the Ren Fair. We didn't do it last year to take home, and then we like never use it. I might just get cooking sherry this year, and then maybe something to drink that I'll say I'll drink, but then I'll like think about it during the holidays, but then probably never actually drink it, and it'll just sit there and slowly get better. Tobias, who stole your fancy clothes?
Greetings. What do you need?
You look different, Master.
So as to fit in. I don't want it known that I'm in town.
Oh.
Right.
So what have you found out so far?
I found out where they get their quicksilver from. You were right, it was the monastery.
It's the only logical explanation.
It changed hands on the hill behind the monastery.
Have you been there to have a look around?
I have, but I didn't find anything interesting.
And have you found out who's behind it?
Someone called Rapita.
Not much, but it's a start. At least it's not a common name. Listen, Henry, I had another thought on the way here. Those counterfeiters have to have a punch die to make the fake coins.
Yes, of course.
That's sophisticated work. There's a man I know who works at the monastery yard, Master Engraver Jerome of Silesia.
You don't suppose that he's...
No, not that, God forbid. I know him well. He'd never do anything like that. But he runs an engraving workshop, so he might have heard something.
Very well, I'll ask him.
But ask with tact. I don't want him getting offended. And I prefer you not to mention me at all.
I'll try to think of something. That's all.
God be with you.
Good. I think we might actually just have to sneak into the monastery and steal a book. You found a gold bar? Yeah, cigars are always welcome. I love acid Cuba Cubas. They're like my favorite. I haven't had one in a while. Okay, guys. Yeah. Be like, oh man, we found the people who did that counterfeiting ring. Too bad we couldn't find the place where they, did the operation. What a shame. I don't know how it's getting printed. Quick, take it to Pribitslavitz. Mint some coin for me. Actually, Pribitslavitz makes enough money anyway. It's like I'm printing money. Yeah. Oh, yeah, actually we should wash before. Where's a trough? This guy gets fussy if you're not clean. Don't blame him. He's who we got the tiara from.
How may I serve you?
How goes the work, Master?
Getting there, getting there. You need something, my boy?
What are you doing here, anyway?
You're in an engraver's shop, my boy. We're engraving, of course.
Yeah, but engraving what? And what's it used for?
Oh, we engrave wood and stone as well as metal. Here in the monastery, it's mostly about decoration.
You've got quite a large workshop, Master. You don't do all the work alone, surely?
I'm usually here with my apprentice, Florian. Of course, by simple observation, you'll note that this is not currently the case, and I'm here alone. Which means that either I'm a liar or something out of the ordinary has occurred.
I see. I think. So what's happened to Florian?
He shares the fate of the pharaohs for today. The fifth scourge of Egypt did smite him, the plague. Or so his message advised me.
Jesus Christ, the plague?
Do remain calm. I'm quite certain the plague from which Florian is suffering wasn't a judgment from on high. Or if it was a judgment on excessive drinking. I'm told such an ailment can be of truly biblical proportions.
What's he like, your apprentice, Florian?
I'm afraid that his exuberant youth has taken its toll. He's been acting strangely of late. I fear he has delusions of persecution.
I don't really know what you mean, at all.
Recently, for example, he told me that someone was following him. And the very next day he bought a padlock from the blacksmith and locked up his chest. As though I would ever sneak into it. In any case, why the interest? Are you looking for him?
Something like that.
May I ask why?
I have a message for him.
A message? Who would be interested in that wastrel? Other than his furious and deeply disappointed master, of course. About your question, you'll find him at home. No doubt feverishly dying. He sleeps in the baker's cellar.
Ah, thank you. Thank you. I'll leave you to your work.
God be with you.
So we now know where this guy is, who's totally not suspicious or anything. Okay, I thought you were the pickpocket guy. Oh yeah, the baker's like all the way across. This is stupid. Walking around like some sort of peasant. Stepping in the horse doo-doo? No thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like this quest because there's a lot of investigation. This isn't the bad part. But when we do some investigating, it may be a bad part. But I don't know if I've actually skipped it. Which, hopefully I have, because then I just need to break into the monastery and steal the Necronomicon. You know, basic, simple things. Okay.
Greetings, good night. How may I serve you?
You look quite sprightly for an invalid.
What? Who the hell are you?
My name's Henry, and I'm making inquiries for Sir Radzig Kobyla.
And what do you want from me?
Straight to the point then? Alright. I've been investigating counterfeit money, and the trail led me straight to you. Does the name Rapiter mean anything to you?
I don't know. Maybe?
Don't bother. I know you know him. You make the punch dice for the counterfeiters. How do you hand them over? Do you know where their workshop is?
I can't say anything. I'll deny everything and you've got nothing on me. No evidence, just accusations.
You just incriminated yourself.
One man's word against another. Like I said, I'll deny everything.
And do you really think that's going to help you? Your word means nothing. You've got the tools, the knowledge, and the workshop. The only thing missing is a motive, but I'm guessing it's money.
I don't give a fuck about money.
So what then?
Those bastards kidnapped Esther. If I don't cooperate, they'll kill her.
Who is Esther?
My girl, of course. That scum took her right out of the bathhouse.
I'm sorry about that.
Me too. Listen, I'll tell you everything, I promise. But only if I know that Esther's safe.
What, so I'm to go searching for her in the woods?
I know where they're keeping her, but nobody will help me. And what can puny little me do faced with those strapping great villains?
Very well. I'll bring back your Esther.
Really?
Yes, but then you have to tell me everything.
I will. I swear to God Almighty. Please, just bring her back to me. Nothing else matters.
Where are they keeping her?
In the Skalitz Hills. There are some abandoned cottages around the mines. That's where I saw her last. They took me there when I said they had to let me speak to her.
All right. I'll go there and try and think of something.
You're my saviour.
Don't get your hopes up. Anything could happen.
Goodbye.
Yes. So now it's time to ride all the way out to Skalitz to save this guy's girlfriend. I mean, technically I could have talked him, but, why not go pound some people in for, you know, dude's girlfriend? Why not? Plus I get to kill more of them. So really it's a win-win. Because you know they can't be reasoned with, let's be honest. So what time is it? It's a little late. Yeah, I need more energy. So let's, wait, what am I doing? I don't need to pay for inns. Paying for inns is poor people when I could go sleep in a hospital for free. My brain is like not all here. I'm like trying to do things all legit. Tuh. Chumps do that.
Yeah.
For their lives, please. But I think for this, because of the time and the fact that I'm tired, I think I will continue this tomorrow. And we'll go to Skalitz, fight those people, and then deal with the counterfeiters, all of that, and hopefully get most of that resolved. But I'm also exhausted for this week. I'm ready for it to be over. Exactly. Also, I need some time to look for scary games. So probably like Sunday morning, I'm gonna like comb through PlayStation just looking for horror games, and then comb through Steam for some decent horror games. I've been mostly disappointed though. So I need to look up like a list. Like I wish Dead Space worked on PC, but it just does not work. And yeah. I want more. I want something really good and truly terrifying, but like there's so many games that are just bleh. Also, I have to update like 2 scary games I have. And I think if I don't find anything, I'm just going to do another playthrough of White Day, because I never finished my other playthrough of it. My second playthrough, I think I screwed it up, so I couldn't get the alternate endings. But I'll look all that stuff up later, because I don't mind using a walkthrough when I go back through it again. Because I honestly, my brain has blocked most of that out. But I do have some other horror games to play that hopefully aren't cheesy jump scares. Or like Man of Medan that wasn't even scary, it was just stupid. But I don't know. We'll see, we'll see, we'll see. But either way, I thank you all for watching. Have a wonderful night. I'll see you tomorrow for me beating people's heads in and otherwise. And, yeah. I will see you later.